Chapter 3 Open Sesame. The first thing must be out there, said Annie beside the door with a button with the words open on it. Annie waited for the button. Wait! Jack grabbed her hand. There's no air on the moon, remember? All right, but we have to go out to find the thing. Let's see what the book says, said Jack. He pulled the book out of his pack. He flipped through it until he found a page that showed the surface of the moon. He read aloud. It takes 14 Earth days to equal 1 day on the moon. No air protects the moon from the sun's rays, so the time it reached 260 degrees. Jack looked at Annie. I told you our blood would boil if we went out there, he said. Yuck, she said. Jack read from the book again. Moon scientists wear spacesuits which have contours to keep them from getting too hot or too cold. They have tanks which provide air for 2 hours. Where do we get spacesuit? Asked Annie. She looked around and trotted back down the hall. Maybe there? Jack was studying his map. Let's try the spacesuit store loom. Don't look at the map, said Annie. Look at the real loom. Jack glanced up. Annie was peering through a doorway of the hall. There's a ton of space stuff in here, she said. Jack went to look. Berkey chute hung from hanger, air tank helmets, gloves, and boots. Said in the neat rows on shelves. Wow, it's like the armor loom in the castle, said Jack. Yeah, with huge armor, said Annie. Let's pick out the smallest stuff, said Jack. The chute can go over our clothes. Annie found the smallest white chute, and Jack found the next smallest. They stepped into them. Then Annie locked Jack's air tank into place. Thanks, he said, and he did the same for her. Thanks, she said. Gloves, said Jack. He and Annie pulled on the white gloves. Boots, said Annie. Then it pulled on a pair of huge white boots. Helmet, said Jack. He reached for a helmet. Wow, they're pretty light, he said. I thought they'd be like nice helmets. Jack and Annie put the helmets on. They locked each other's into place. I can move my headlight over left, said Annie. Me neither, said Jack. Let's try twigging. Jack and Annie moved clumsily along the loom. Jack felt like a fat snowman. Close your visor, said Annie. They both closed their see-through visors. Cool air filled Jack's helmet. I can breathe, Annie yelled. Her voice boomed in Jack's ear. Wow, talk quietly, Jack said. We have two-way radios inside our helmet. Sorry, whispered Annie. Jack put the moon book back in his backpack. Then he slung to the pack over his shoulder. Okay, he said. Remember, we only have 2 hours of air in our tanks. So we need to find the first thing really fast. I hope we can find it, said Annie. Me too, said Jack. He knew they could not go home until they need. Let's go, said Annie. She gave Jack a little push. Watch it. No goofing off, he said. We don't want to fall over in this chute. Just go, go, said Annie. She pushed him out of the loom. They walked back to the airlock. Ready? Said Annie. Open sesame. She pressed the open button. A door slowly slid closed behind them. The door opened in front of them, and Jack and Annie stepped out onto the moon.